at Keller Williams Realty. I'm calling about the home for sale. Are you the owner?
Yes, I am. What's this regarding?
Well, Cameron, I saw your home was listed on the market for sale by owner, and after 22 years of helping sellers, I've been calling for sale by owners every Wednesday, right in Hump Day. And the reason I've been doing this for the last 2 decades is we know that most for sale by owners, if they can't sell it on their own, will hire an agent. And I was just curious, what are your plans if you can't sell this one on your own?
I'm not sure I follow. I'm trying to sell it myself to avoid paying commission. I'm not sure what my plan would be if I can't. I
To-
guess I would just keep trying.
Totally understand. No, you're definitely trying to sell it on your own to save the commission. That definitely makes sense. And since most sellers try it for anywhere for 4 or 5, even some do as far as 8 or 9 weeks, how long would you continue to try it before you even consider shifting gears and talking to a professional like myself?
I haven't really put a timeline on it. I'm not in a huge rush. Why do you ask?
Well, Cameron, I saw the home come on the market. I know it sounds like you're not in a rush. You're not in a super rush to do it. And you sound determined to sell it on your own. And quite frankly, I hope you do. When you sell the home, are you staying local or are you moving out of the area?
That's not something I'm willing to share right now.
Got it. No problem. I probably wouldn't share it with a stranger first time around if I were you. And since most for sale by owners end up selling it on their own and staying local, see that I completely went off the rails and fucked up. Yeah, it happens. Let's see what he says. You still there, Carmen?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just waiting to understand the point of your call.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And how long has it been on the market? Looks like about 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
I'd rather not say. What's your interest in
No,
knowing?
it just says 100 days on Zillow. So I just didn't know if that was accurate or not. Are you cooperating with agents who bring a buyer?
If an agent has a buyer, they can bring them, sure. But I'm not signing any contracts.
No. I totally get it. You're not signing contracts. So it sounds like you're willing to pay a small commission to the buyer who brings you a winning offer, correct?
I would consider it, yes.
How much are you considering paying the buyer's agent?
I haven't really thought about it. What's typical?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. It's entirely up to the seller. Some give 2, some give 4. Yesterday I got 7 to 10%, which I thought was kind of high, but I wasn't arguing. It's really up to the seller. What would you feel comfortable paying if we had a buyer?
I'm suspicious of those kinds of arrangements. I've heard stories about agents colluding.
Ooh, 22 years in the business. I wouldn't even know what that means with respect to you selling your house and if I brought you a buyer. In other words, if I had a buyer in my database right now, as we're talking, Cameron, I'm looking at the database and I'm seeing we have 1,124 buyers in our database. Now, I want to make it clear, Cameron, usually only 0.5% or maybe as high as 1 or 1.25% will your property would match like 80-90% of their buy boxes, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 people. But if I had a buyer in my database who said, I want to buy that house, I love this house, and you guys struck a deal, you're asking 595 and I got you say 595, how much would you be willing to pay me?
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
You're not?
Are you
Am I saying what?
Are you saying you have a buyer right now?
No, Cameron, I actually didn't say that. I said, as I'm talking to you, it looks like I have 1,124 buyers in my database. Buyers. These are people who have expressed the interest in buying a home and they haven't bought yet. And I'm expressing to you that at any given time, I may have 0.5%, right? So out of 1,124 buyers, maybe I have 5 or 6 buyers where your house might match 80% of their buy boxes. So my question to you was, if one of those 6 buyers, who knows, maybe 2 or 3 of them, wanted to buy your house and I can get you your number, how much would you be willing to pay me?
I still don't like the sound of that.
Okay.
It feels like I'm doing all the work, and you're just swooping in to take a cut.
Oh. Well, Cameron, you're selling the house for sale by owner, correct?
That's right.
Okay. And may I ask, why did you decide to sell it yourself rather than list it with an agent?
I'm selling myself to save the commission, plain and simple.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Saving commission's important. And since you're doing the listing agent's work, you're not going to pay a listing agent, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you've been on the market for about 8 weeks. Have you had a lot of showings? Any offers yet?
I'm not comfortable sharing that information.
All right. Well, you know the answer, Cameron, and I don't really need to know the answer myself personally. I don't want your personal information. But it's suffice to say, while your home was on the market, in fact, 8 weeks ago when you listed your house, I listed 2 other homes. And the 2 addresses are 24 Peachtree and 10 Jacobus Lane, right? One went on the market for $368,000. The other one went on the market for $1,288,000. And both of those properties are now under contract. One of them's under contract for $90,000 over the asking price. The other one's on the contract for $80,000 over the asking price. So the question I'm asking you is, since you're marketing your home, you're not paying a listing agent. But since I work with a lot of people, both buyers and sellers, if I had a buyer, I clearly sell houses every week. If I had a buyer for your house, would you be entirely opposed to paying me a commission?
I'm still not convinced it's worth it. I want to handle all the marketing myself.
I'm not asking to handle your marketing. I'm asking, like you're marketing the home. When you market your home and I see your marketing like I did, I'm calling you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I could be a buyer, but I'm not. I'm an agent. And as an agent, I have access to buyers, potentially your buyer. People who are working with me or an agent on my team, correct?
I suppose.
All right. So my point is, you're handling the marketing. You've decided you're not going to let a listing agent handle that marketing and pay them that commission. Again, I'll go back to the same question. Since you're handling the marketing and I'm handling the buyers, you need a buyer to sell your house, right? You don't put your house out on the market and market your home and not bring in buyers. Since I am a gateway to potentially a half a dozen buyers for you that they can fight for your home, would you be entirely opposed to working together as a team where you handle the marketing and I bring you the buyers? One hand kind of, washes the other. You need 2 hands to clap, right? So would you be opposed to strategizing where I could bring you buyers? And then only if I bring you a buyer that you're delighted with, and you go into contract and you close on that contract, would you be opposed to paying me a fair commission?
I don't know. I had a bad experience with the last agent. They didn't deliver.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that again.
Cameron, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you brain dead? Oh, you hung up on me. I was trying to get him to hang up. So clearly I failed on that call. And I probably failed on that call the first 30 seconds, right? I tried to recover. I figured I could get back in there, but clearly AI was not having it. Let's see what it says. I probably
It's kind of funny.
it was Yeah, 4.8. I think they were generous. Right.
I'm just finishing up the video, boss, because it has a lot of things for like the onboarding part one.